There are people out there that we call rich, but we know better scripturally. And I know people who are materially poor and spiritually rich, and we call them poor. And I wonder if our culture doesn't have it backwards. I mean, I don't wonder. I know they have it backwards. I mean, one guy said it this way: the world measures success by how much you make and how many people serve you. He said, but God measures success by how much you give and how many people you serve. It's right side up. Now, let me just get practical for a second, because I wonder if some of us, maybe in a different form of fashion, are experiencing some of the suffering or maybe some of the poverty that's talked about in this passage. And I want to help us. There's something in psychology that's called a downward counterfactual. And simply put, it's comparing your current situation, no matter how bad it might be, with somebody who has it worse. I mean, that is a downward counterfactual. Now, in upward counterfactual, it does the exact opposite. It's comparing your situation with the situation that's actually better, and it has depressing effects. And so, I think if we're focused on what we want instead of what we have, how many of you can agree that sometimes that can get you in trouble? You guys are all going, I'm not watching TV. I'm going to actually answer the question that he just asked, because I don't think that was rhetorical. It wasn't. I wanted you to answer me. How many of you would agree with that? Okay, good. Good. Listen, joy is not getting what you want. Joy is appreciating what you have. And I think sometimes we got to get a reality check. In fact, one of the great things about our missions trips that we've taken and gone on a lot of the times is the fact that they are reality checks. I mean, many of our problems are first world problems, and it's really quite sad when we step back and say what we think we don't have, and then we go see somebody that has so much less than that, but yet they worship the same God, and they're just as happy as you are, and they are worshiping the Lord right in the middle of a church with a dusty floor, and they didn't have anybody clean it that week, and no one's complaining about, well, the toilet won't flush, and because they don't even have a toilet. And so, I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's really crazy sometimes what it is that we think we've got to have. The downward counterfactual and the upward counterfactual are why studies show that a bronze medalist is happier than a silver medalist. You may say, what? Yeah. Now that doesn't make any sense because the silver medalist beat the bronze medalist, I know. But Vicky Medevac, she did a fascinating study and found that the reason is pretty simple. Silver medalists, what they're focused on is they're focused on how close they came to getting the gold, and so they're disappointed. Bronze medalists, what they do is they focus on how close they came to not getting a medal at all, and they're grateful that they are actually even able to be on the podium. And so, listen, I think this is more than just some type of Jedi mind trick, you know. I think this is Philippians 4:8. If anything is good, if anything is right, if anything is pure, well, think on these type of things.